Now, today I spent an hour of my day wasted talking to a former NFL player. Total waste of my time. And I'm like, what is this about? I love your channel, man. I love what you do, man. You be telling the truth, this and that. I'm like, okay, all right, where's this going? I'm thinking like, okay, you want to do an interview, you want to talk, you want to tell your side of the story. What's going on? Like, what's happening? This person ain't played in years and scared. I'm like, I don't see you with a microphone on, like working on Fox or ESPN. What you scared of? And it represented, and everything we talked about was based around that. Oh, I just wanted to give you, man, just give you a shout out, man. Just say, man, I appreciate everything you're doing, man. Yeah, man, we've been the players, man, we listen to you. Bruh, what was that about? I said, do you want to go on, you want to go live, or you want to be on the YouTube and do the, bruh, what was up with that? You could have told your side or said what you had to say, and it would have had more impact because you actually played in the league. I ain't saying you were the greatest player ever, but you played in the league, and I won't name you out because, you know, you was very adamant. No, man, don't put me out there. I'm not going to put you out there, but you know this video is about you. My goodness. And what did I tell you? You praising Cap for what he did. You wanted to talk about Cap. We talked about Cap, and you wanted to praise Cap for what he did in 2016 because that got the whole thing rolling with the conversations and everybody willing to snap out of it. But everybody's robots. We just was talking about that. I remember 2011, the lockout, and what all you guys were doing. I remember all of it. Like it was yesterday. Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes never played in the NFL. So it's not them. Like I said, this person never had a microphone on a day in their life that I see. So I'm like, I've never seen you with a microphone. I never seen you do an interview. Yeah, so anyway, we bring up the incident of 2011 when all the NFL players were supposed to be unified, but they weren't. And the NBA, same thing. NBA ain't unified. I'm like, dog, they wore those I can't breathe shirts for a week, and then they went right back to work. They came out day one, took a knee, then it was over. The only person you hear talking about it is Kyrie Irving. And then and every time he say something like, oh, here he goes again. Ain't nothing changed. They were like, the NBA lost money because of that. The NBA been losing money. So it ain't no loss to them. They know where their market is. They'd have lost more than money had they not did anything and did what the NFL did. The majority of their fan base is African American. The difference between the NBA and the NFL is you got a 53-man roster and a 15-team roster. Okay? When you got less players, there's less mouths to try to talk down the detractors. The detractors don't have a lot of space to talk down on. The players basically can control their destinies. But they don't know that they're playing to their disadvantage. It's fun now, but all of that's going to change for the NBA. Have you noticed all of these no trade clauses are gone? No trade clauses are vanishing. All of these things are starting to dissipate. Soon there's going to be no players with no trade clauses. Scared, right? You scared of what they're gonna do. You scared by the money. You scared they're gonna take something from you. Hit the like button for that, because these are the topics they're not gonna talk about. In 2011, the NFL had a chance. The players had their chance in 2011. They all was united, saying, no, we want this and we want that. And when they have these meetings with the union, guess who's not there? The brothers. We not there. There's not one brother that's really there. No big name stature is on the list. If you look at the NBA, they got Chris Paul, they got Steph Curry, they had LeBron, they had Iguodala, they had Kobe Bryant up there one year. They got their elite stars in the players union. So when they go and talk about things that need to be done, the players have a voice. In the NFL, and their players union, who's repping them? Where are the big name athletes? Now things are starting to change. Voices are going to start to be heard a little different, because now this is what they fear, and this is how it's coming down to the Watsons. And this is why players are so scary. Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, what's the guy from Arizona? Kyler Murray. You have all these young quarterbacks who are African American, black, who have a voice. And they're the head of their team. They're the head of the franchise. They're the most marketable. Patrick Mahomes is the largest in the league. He's going to have to make a decision, because those guys' voices, and they're voicing out opinions about injustice and everything else, that has never happened before in the league. Because in 2011, Drew Brees was the guy they elected. Drew Brees took the money and ran. When things got hot for the players, they all looked out for each other and said, hey, I got to get my bag. But it ain't about them. You already got your money. The quarterback gonna get paid. It's the guy that's under him. It's those guys that's coming in with those rookie deals. You're doing it for the next generations that's coming up, and so it's not always about you. But they want to keep you scared. I'm gonna get blackballed. Well, if you get blackballed out the league, that's why you have to make yourself invaluable. Cap was already no damn good anyway. He was no damn good. He wasn't no good quarterback no more. He had already got benched because he was playing like crap. Because he's not a passer. Never been. Now everybody act like he was Tom Brady and he had just led the team to the Super Bowl. I'm like, no, he did not. I'm like, after that year, they kept losing. After that, they went to the championship game, lost. People figured out the pistol, so he was done. They forced him in passing situations, and he couldn't make passes. He got benched for a guy who shouldn't even be in the league. The team felt they were better off with him. But what Cap did, out of all the nonsense that went on, the biggest thing Cap did was expose racism into the league. It made the league show their backside. They exposed the racism in the NFL. It drew it out. So if there was anything, it was on display when they blackballed and kept him out of the league. But Cap took a deal. He took the money. Scary. Took the money. Scary brother. Right? Took the money. Signed a clause where he can't talk about it. He never opened his mouth again about it. Didn't say anything. Stayed quiet. Nah, it ain't Android phones, just location, I believe. I ain't gonna even blame that on YouTube. I just flew past an airport, so just drew past an airport. Hit the like button, people. Now, the matter of the situation is simpler than it may appear. You first got to get people together. But as simple as that sounds, that's hard. You know why it's hard? People don't like each other. They don't like each other, B. You can't force people to like each other. And they can't put aside personal differences. And for somebody who's standing to make $60, $70 million, they can't put their life on hold for everybody that they don't even know that's coming in the future above them. And they know this is how the Nazis was able to overcome their situation with the Jews, because they believed with only 9 men they could lead hundreds, and they did it because everybody was too scared to go first and risk their lives for the person behind them. And because of that, situations took place. Well, NBA, they don't really They have their fans. I mean, the fans that they have are gonna be there. The fans that they had before were bandwagon fans. Like they've lost a lot of the casual fans that was caught into the story of Michael Jordan and the Bulls. They hadn't had that since. They've tried to grab it with Shaq and Kobe and make it to where the casuals come around. The casuals are gone because then they're not into LeBron. They don't like him. He's not a likable person, and everybody knows it. So the casuals don't watch LeBron. They know who he is because they advertise him so much, but they don't like him enough to want to watch his games. And it's not appeasing enough to them to even stick around. Now, if it's the NBA Finals and nothing's on, then they'll watch it. But other than that, they don't care. The storylines don't make sense, and it's like a bad soap opera. It's like, man, they should have ended this years ago. The show just sucked. And that's how the league is. It's actually some good basketball being played, but those guys aren't being promoted. And a lot of these guys have guaranteed contracts. And that's why they can talk and do all they think, because they know they got the money in the bank. You see, when you got the money in the bank, then you can start running your mouths and making choices and decisions and saying, hey, I want this, I want that. Yeah, I mean, he said the same thing, man, it's easy for you to say, man, because you ain't been in that situation. Okay, I ain't had to be in that situation, but it's the same scenario. See, when you equate things to money, they try to, that's how they control you. They make you think, okay, the money over value. I'm like, if it was all about the money, I could have done a lot more just here on this page and just sold out like a lot of these guys have. They're making their money because they don't care. They sold out. And everybody is running up behind them too to go check out their videos. And I'm like, why? Dude, I mean, stuff is garbage. But they sold out. All they were in it for was some money. And they look for to live. You ain't gonna say anything. You're gonna play your position. There's gonna be a lot of people having to make decisions. It's rough. But it's not, when you got 15 players, it's a lot different than when you got 53 on a roster. Do you understand? When you got 53 players on a team, you can't compare that. Shouldn't compare that with anything else. Oh, thanks, brother. But this time around, when that time and situation come around, things in the NFL is going to change. Because now you got people like Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, Kyler Murray. All of these young, talented quarterbacks are African American now. They're seeing what's happening out here. They're involved. They're speaking up. Russell Wilson was NFL's Man of the Year. So now he's in that meetings. He's in the boards. He's hands-on with what's going on socially. Before, there wasn't people even interested. They had like the damn punter on the damn team. You know, nobody cared to be involved. Now things are turning around. Now people want to get involved. You talking about hood video? What are you talking about? Well, you gotta make a decision, man. What is it that you want to do? Barbecue or mildew, baby? Barbecue or mildew? But yo, I'll check out with y'all later on. I gotta talk to the family right quick. I'll holler at you.